Hello everyone, I'm Yugioh, and today we're pitting literally all my interests against each other. Literally every pretty much video game interest I have against each other, which is Genshin versus Honkai Star Rail versus Palworld versus Pokemon versus Yu-Gi-Oh versus Magic the Gathering. And yes, we are pitting Genshin against Pokemon and Pokemon against Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh and everything. Obviously, I don't play a couple of those games. I don't play Honkai Star Rail, nor do I play Palworld, but I've heard a lot of discussion around these two, and I've been listening to the conversations regarding Palworld versus Pokemon, Genshin versus Star Rail. You know what? I thought there was some fair amount of similarities, connections, or whatnot. So I thought, why not? Let's just roast all the things I care about, because I actually care about them. And this is not because I hate them, it's because I like to, I want to critique them at this point in time. And based on what we've seen, some things that do work and some things that don't work. So I guess first we'll start with Genshin versus Star Rail, Honkai Star Rail, because why not? That's the first one that happened, I'm pretty sure. Whatever. I've been listening to a bunch of creators on Honkai Star Rail and Genshin and all that, all sorts of other opinions. I didn't want to just rush out any opinions or anything. Obviously I don't make videos very often, but I thought, why not? Let's just throw my hat in the ring on this one, but I wanted to, kind of sit on it and think about it and listen to everybody's thoughts. But I thought for myself, and I came to the conclusion, yeah, oh yeah, you suck. Why is Honkai Star Rail this favored child? I'm pretty sure we all heard the 3 years, 3 wishes sort of thing. I didn't play since day one, but still, come on. 3 years, 3 wishes, that was a pretty horrible thing. And the whole Doctor Ratio incidents, L plus ratio sort of stuff. Yeah, I get it. So, honestly, I think that, yeah, I totally agree. Genshin is being way too stingy in terms of rewards. If there were anything close to Honkai Star Rail, that would help a lot in terms of, like, just the player thinking of the game. Like, just people thinking the players, thinking that the developers actually care about the player base at all. I think rewards would help. Again, there's a lot of quality of life issues, I would agree. And it took too long for a lot of things to come in. I would agree with that. I started a little bit before 3.0. That's where I started. I started on the Ganyu banner right before 3.0. So that's when I started Genshin. I enjoyed it. I really liked the story. And as soon as I saw Dr. Baiju, I'm sorry, that guy I like him a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of a Baiju main in Genshin. I just really liked his character, so I was just like, I had to play him. As soon as he comes out, I have to play you. And just the rumors of him being a character is really what kept me in. And then once the story quest came out, and I went through that, I was like, okay, this game is actually good. I like it. Of course, I have to blame my friends for essentially kind of peer pressuring me into playing Genshin in the first place. So it's all your fault. It's really all your fault. Y'all know who you are. For why I play Genshin at all. You know exactly what happened. Why. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna bore with some of the history. We all know. Yeah, Honkai Star Rail has been killing it in terms of rewards compared to Genshin. And they've been getting into all this quality of life treatment. I don't think Honkai Star Rail is a perfect game either. Only reason I don't really play is I just don't have the time. Too many games. And, I'm close to dropping Genshin. I'm close to it. I was close to it before. But I really like Baiju. But again, let's get back to the topic. So, why am I just kind of playing? I don't know. It's really because I feel like developers currently aren't caring. I did spend some money on the game, and I decided, you know what? I'm gonna wait to see if on the release of Genshin Right there's any extra rewards day one. And no, nothing. And or if just any word from Yugioh, just saying, hey, we're sorry about our horrible PR. Just anything, nothing. And it's a little bit something worse that makes me mad at Pokemon currently. That really got me to say, hey, I want to make this video right now. But anyway, we'll get to that when we get there. So basically, I was like, okay, they're clearly not caring about the players. Like, come on. I'm not spending a single dime more until we resolve the issues. I'm leaving 1-star reviews. I'm not completely stopping playing the game because I still enjoy it. Okay? I'm not stopping playing the game, but I'm not going to spend any money. No further money. None. Zero. Zip. Obviously, I already bought some Welcome Moons before, so those are still rolling over, so I'm getting a couple of some of those, but there's no further money for me. There's none. I'm not spending a dime on this game. Obviously, I used gift cards on a lot of my purchases on this, but on Genshin, but no, they're not even getting gift cards. No, they're not even getting that. So yeah, I'm not happy with the state of Genshin in terms of how they're treating the player base. I want all these, I want these old events I never got to do. Come on, let me play them. Honkai Star Rail lets you do that. Why can't I? Why am I excluded from some of these stories just because I started the game late? Come on. And some of these weapons, there's no possible way to get them. There's not even, you can't even get them in a weapon bin. How? How am I supposed to play with some of these weapons? Like the Festering Desire, or now the Oathsworn's Eye for Jianyun. How am I supposed to have some of these weapons? Or just experience any of them without going on YouTube? I want to experience them myself, not through, I don't want someone else to play them for me. So, that's why I don't watch these story quests, for example. I want to experience the story quest myself, right? I don't want to cheat myself with that experience. That's just the way I am. I don't like cheating myself. And it feels like cheating myself to have to watch the things on YouTube, but that's the only way I can see some of these stories. We can't go back at all. Not to mention the disappointment with the artifact loadouts. Let's be honest. These aren't loadouts. They're quick. They're semi-quick equips. They're slightly faster equips. They're not actually loadouts. I don't think Mihoyo or these developers knew what loadouts actually were, nor did they care to find out what we wanted. I think enough people gave vague descriptions. They gave out the lowest effort possible way they could fix it. And that's how I feel about that. And there's a whole bunch of other issues that I can't think off the top of my head, but those are the ones that are off the top of my head that I can think of. Because, I'll be honest, Genshin for me is a little bit lower on the list for me of what I personally care about. But, I spent some money, and I do care about certain characters a lot, and the story, So, I'm not going to completely boycott the game, but I'm going to leave some nasty reviews. I'm not spending any more money, which is where it really should hurt for them. So, yeah, that's where I am with Genshin. Honkai Star Rail looks like they're just being more generous. Not saying they're perfect either. I mean, still an audio game. Yeah, there's problems. I don't play it, so I don't know all of them perfectly well, so I'm not going to comment any further on that. So, but I'm going to pit Genshin against Pokemon now, because why? I do play, I only play 2 gachas, and that is Genshin and Pokemon Masters. And you know what? I thought, yeah, this is a fair comparison, because let me just say the rates on Genshin are actually not great at all. I don't like it. I played Pokemon Masters first, and okay, so the base rate for any given 5-star, or for 5-star, is like, for a featured 5-star, is like 2%. Or in case of the hyper rare 5-stars, 1%. Right? I'm pretty sure Genshin, the base rate is like less than half. Is it like 0.5%, or if even that? It's ridiculously low in comparison. So it's so much easier to like in Pokemon Masters to snipe a character off, a limited character off on the rare banner, like on the banners where they're supposed to be like hyper rare, 1%. Their base rate is better, and obviously the pity, I think, isn't the average to get a given 5-star, assuming you lose 50-50, is like 140 pulls, I believe, on average, assuming you lose 50-50. Yeah, in Pokemon Masters, I believe the math works out to like 130 something pulls, and you're guaranteed them. And you don't necessarily have to pick the guaranteed one either. You just get to pick any of the given characters off the given banner at that amount. It's like, okay, I think it's 400 points. You get, so so also every 10 pull in Pokemon Masters is actually an 11 pull, which is great. And for so one mission there is 300 gems, so a 10 pull is 3,000. When you do a 10 pull, so it's supposed to be and then how the point system works is that every 100 of gems that you spent goes into pulling, goes into getting any given 5-star you want on that banner. And you need 400 points. So, but for a 10 pull, you get 33 points. So even though you spent 3,000, you get 33, which you think you should get 30. No, you get 33. So you need like 130 something pulls, and you're guaranteed them. But again, the base rates are better. So I found it not uncommon that I could go 1 to 3 10 pulls and just snipe a character. Like 10 to 30 pulls, I just snipe a character off a banner. It's fairly easy to do. It's easy enough. And it happens ever so often. Currently, I'm kind of out of gems because the last 2 characters have got me all the way to full pity. But, yeah, again, and also, there's just so many characters in Masters, I only pull for the broken ones. There's no point in pulling for any others, because you're given so many characters that are serviceable. The only point to pull for any of them is just only the broken ones. And and to get people into the game, they release a broken one, like, every 2 months. And also, the rate of getting pulls, I say, is somewhat better in Masters than in Genshin. You get a 10 pull, I'd say, not quite twice as fast in Pokemon Masters as Genshin, but almost. It's close. And again, it depends on month to month, because the gem economy does fluctuate in terms of how much free we get, and depending on what events, and sometimes some events are actually too hard for you to get the full rewards unless you spent money. So it's just like, you just miss out a little here or there, and it's not bad if you're like spend the no spend. And very lightly spent on that game. I almost didn't spend it all. Like, very lightly. Like, I've only bought like the best of deals. Because sometimes they have these deals where you buy a 10 pulls worth and you just guarantee get a character. Like, you just guarantee get one, or it's like, you get to choose one of 5 characters. But you get to choose after just one 10 pull. Or, no, they most recently did, you had to buy a 15 pull. But then they put in really busted characters, so it was kind of worth it. So, basically, yeah, they do that. They just say, you know what, you want a busted character. Essentially, it was like, okay, buy a 10 pull, and you get them. That's just it. You just have them. Okay, more realistically, 15 pull, but still, if you spent 15 to guarantee get a character, a broken one at that, that's insane. And sometimes, and these come out as soon as like 6 months after it initially released. Is like the soonest I've seen some of these. It's like the soonest you could like, okay, this character is good, they're pretty broken, but I'd rather get this one. That's fine, you can wait, and then 6 months later, it's a very real possibility. You could just buy a 10 pull, guarantee get them. Or buy a 15 pull, guarantee get them. Which is insane. And also, not to mention, yeah, the game has 3 stars, and one of the best characters in the game is one of the launch day releases 3 stars. I don't know. I personally think Skyla and Swanna put Bennett to shame, in my opinion. And she's a 3-star from day one that I already got for free. You didn't even have to pull for it. Nothing, just free. So, yeah, that's me pitting Genshin against Pokemon, but more into Pokemon. This is really what made me mad. And I'm going to change screens for... hold on, I've got to add... This is really what made me mad. Window camp. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is what was making me mad. And give me a second. But essentially, this. I'm trying to play Pokemon TCG Live. I was going to complain about this game a bit, but I can't even show you the game. It's currently undergoing... there's currently a bug where, like, I don't know who can log in. No one can log in to play the game. I can't even show you what's wrong with the game. The game won't even let me show you. It's just on this. It's just this. I keep clicking OK, and it says error. I click OK. It loads and goes back to this. Yeah, I can't even show you what's wrong with the game. Like, there's so many things wrong with Pokemon TCG Live. Like, and the criminal thing is, we had a Pokemon TCG client before TCG Live that was unironically better than the current one, which is sad. Because there are some aspects they did improve on. I think they definitely improved on the new player experience for Pokemon TCG Live compared to the old one, which is Pokemon TCG Online. My goodness. It was, I agreed, Pokemon TCG Online, the new player experience was pretty horrendous. Good luck trying starting out. But once you are an established player, in terms of player retention, it was way better. It was actually good. Like, and then people are going to say, well, the trading versus the crafting. Okay. there are pros and cons to the trading system versus the tracking system. So in Pokemon TCG Live, if you get extras of a card, when you get extras of a card out of a pack, you get dust towards it, towards getting. It's generic dust. So if you got your 5th uncommon of a card, you still got 10 dust. So 10 uncommons, 100 dust, which that can get you any other uncommon card. 100 dust can get you that. And just for, I believe it was like 700 something, you could get equivalent to the highest rarity. So literally getting more copies of any card was good, and it just did that after your 4th copy of any given card, and you got like half the value of actually higher rarity cards if you got all 4. So, like for example, if you got the golden ultra secret rare of Ultra Ball, for example, it costs 2,000. You get a 5th one. Yeah, you actually get a quarter of that back in dust. It was kind of that's pretty nice, and dust wasn't restricted. You could use it on any card. It didn't matter. There was no ultra rare dust. There's none of that. All dust counts is the same. It's just the amount, which is pretty good. I like that. However, there is no way to trade in given cards for dusts, and so the trading system was nice because you could say, "Oh, I got this card. I don't care as much about it. I'd rather have this card." You could potentially, on the trading system, just straight trade for that card. There's no worry about having to get extras. There's none of that. So that was one of the nice things about the trading system, is you could do that. And also, if you're an established player, the trading system was kind of like a stock market. You could literally play the stock market and literally make yourself infinitely wealthy. Something I may or may not have done to complete some of the older collections. So yeah, that's nice. You could it could also do like these passive, pretty safe trades. And that's what I did a lot. I did a little bit passive, like little bit, like a little profit. I did a lot of that because I wanted the cards from the new set. And that was just the easiest way to do it. That was just the easiest way. And also they had these tournaments. You got tournament tickets every once in a while, and you got about one a day. Actually, slightly more, like a 1 1/4 a day, right? Something like that. So every week, you got about 8 to 10. Sometimes you got a little bit more. It depends on the day because there was a slight fluctuation in rewards on the day, but you got about 8 to 10 a week. Before TCG Online went down, I had over 500. So before it had to go down, I had to spend 500. Mind you, 8 of these gets into a tournament, which nets you 6 packs, which is, you could essentially trade about 24 for the most expensive cards in the newest given set. Right? And most of the like sort of similar rarity but not great cards, you could trade like 1 to 3 of them for that. So each one was either a quarter of the best card. So if you won, okay, if you won, you got 6 packs. But also you're likely to refund some of those tournament tickets because it was possible to get some tournament tickets as rewards. So yeah, that was possible. Not to mention you also got coins, which also got you packs, more packs. So there's just a lot of ways that you could theoretically just keep grinding to get more cards to just reward yourself for playing the game. So I like that. And I mean, here's why I'm pitting it against Magic. In Magic the Gathering, you can do that. You can kind of infinite grind. Granted, there's a amount of risk involved, but you can infinite grind all the cards available. That was possible. My problem with Magic the Gathering was is separate. I'll talk about it in a bit. But Pokemon TCG Live does not have this. It does not have this at all, which kind of sucks. It just kills part of the motivation for playing Pokemon TCG. But also, there's just numerous gameplay bugs, and just the fact there's less features. They have less features than the old one, which is sad. And not to mention, here's the biggest part. This is probably the most frustrating part. It's been over a year for Pokemon TCG Live. Well over a year. We don't even have all the cards that are in Pokemon TCG Online in this. Like, not even all of them. They're not even all in there. Like, there's standard format and there's expanded format, where so set rotates every year, and some of the standard cards move to expanded. You can only find them. Yeah, like 3/4 of the expanded format just doesn't exist. It's just not there. They didn't add the cards in, even though if you go tournament legal into an expanded tournament, you would be able to use those cards. They didn't rotate the expanded format at all. They didn't change expanded. They didn't ban anything. No, on the client itself, you just can't play real expanded. You only get to 2017 when we should be able to get back to like 2010, which is like expanded. Is like, I believe it's like it's black and white on, which I believe is like 2010 or maybe a little bit after, a little bit earlier, something like that. It's very early. There's like 7 or 8 years worth of cards just gone, just not on there. They just haven't added, just at all. And let's not to mention that Pokemon, I can't show you how bad it looks because I can't even log it. My goodness, I can't even show you how bad it looks. I can't even show you how bad TCG Live looks. Like, design wise, it's worse than what they had before. Like, decided, you know what? Let's take the soul out of what looks like to play a card game and just suck it out and make it look like a pristine corporate, some sort of pristine corporate office. Like, but not even an interesting one. Like, boring and bland. And then they decided, you know what? You know what people really want? They don't want cards. No. They don't want all their cards. They want avatars that look like nightmares. Go look up some of the original Avatar stuff. If you, I can't show you because the game's not loaded. Okay, the game's not loaded. And I don't want to dig for the video right now, but you can see that there are complaints about how just ugly the avatars look. Like, imagine a me avatar, but in modern day, and it stares into your soul, unblinking and just willing nightmares into you, is what these avatars look like. And they do it in sync. They're not even realistically breathing. They do it in sync, staring at you. And to make it worse, you can't change, you can't sell it. No, don't. You can't hide the avatars or anything. No. And to make it worse, they're as big as the premier thing on the field, and the entire thing looks empty. Like, the field looks empty. Oh, and okay, let's not mention the bug that annoyed me for the longest time, which is when you switch a metal Pokemon Yugioh, it didn't matter your sound was off. It didn't matter your game sound was off. No, it jump scares you with a giant clanging metal sound that makes you think, oh my goodness, something broke, I'm going to die. It was bad. It jump scared. It didn't matter your computer was low volt. No. It decided as loud as your speakers can go. That's how loud it's going. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what volumes are on or off. Nah, it found a way. It found a way. And let me tell you, if I look at TCG Live, I see a male Pokemon on the bench, I internally flinch because it happened so much. Because there was a format with constant male Pokemon that would switch in the active. It was horrible. Horrible. I can't look at a male Pokemon without that sound rattling through my brain, making me think I'm going to die. Something's wrong. I cannot unhear it. Yeah. So, not to mention, they spent like almost all of the budget on animating the field and making them have these horrible sounds and actually not looking good. And they actually spent the time on it. Like, they actually spent a lot of resources on like this animation of the field, but it feels soulless. And it's horrible. I wish it was designed more like... and here's where we're going to. I wish it was designed more like Pokemon Master Duel. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I wish it was designed more like Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel or Magic the Gathering Arena. If it was designed more like either of those, I wouldn't have as much of a problem. You know what? Let me show you what Magic the Gathering looks like. Alright, this is kind of just off the wall thought. Alright. Why don't I just show you what Magic the Gathering looks like? I was thinking I'd show you how bad Pokemon TCG Lives looks like. Well, let's just show you how good Magic the Gathering Arena looks like. Alright. And here it is. And whoop. Why OBS do you make it so big? I didn't think of adding this before. I just loaded. I was thinking that and I loaded the game. I was like, you know what, why don't I just show it? Why don't I just show it? And no, let's put this behind me. There we go. Magic Gathering. Alright. Let's just go. Let's see. Here's one of the cool things. We have we have just wild cards. Just literally wild cards. You can use these to get anything of that rarity. So, I'm a little bit low on my rares and mythics, but I can just get any rare or mythic. And it's nice, and let me show you what I was talking about in these events. Let's see. In these draft events, you can infinite farm these. Because, look, if you win 5 times, you get 1,600 gems, which is the amount you need to play. So, if your average win rate is here, and you keep going until you have 3 losses, so if you average 5 wins to every 3 losses approximately, like, look, even if you get 4 wins, you only lose 100. So if you get this or this couple times on average, so if you average 3 to 4 wins, you can infinite grind. That is very possible. But my problem is that's kind of relegated to that. I mean, you can do it here, but there's not as good of rewards. And you need, and also you have a slight more like percentage loss for going 4 wins versus before, because you can see 5 wins is what you need to profit, 5 wins is what you need to profit. And also, you just have to like Standard. You have to have good cards in Standard. So it makes it very win more. If you have good cards in Standard, if you have good decks in Standard, you can win more. And so, but I don't like Standard as much. So for me personally, I don't play Standard as much. I much prefer Historic Brawl. Or Brawl as it is now. This is the format I like. And why are you okay? So I like, as you can see, number one deck here, Teferi Control. Yes, I am a degenerate control player. I don't care. This is kind of my favorite. But as you can see, like, and also it just looks clean. The client looks clean. It makes me feel good about looking at it. And if we actually saw the game board, it's actually fairly clean. You know what? I'm just going to. There's no penalty for me losing. So let me just pull the game, just see how the board looks, and the board is actually fairly clean. Which is one of the benefits of Magic Gathering. If they had these tournaments where I can infinite grind, if I can do it in Historic Brawl, because you can kind of play any card here, which is what I like. I like creativity, and I like changing it up here or there, you know. And we're just going to take whatever. But look at this. It's very clean. And I'll just put a land field, wait for my turn. But Magic is just very clean. Which is very, very nice. Which makes me feel good about playing it. And look, I hover over a card, it just instantly comes up. In Pokemon TCG Live, this isn't quite the case. It puts up a nasty, like, if you want to see this card, you have to scroll over it, right click it, and it comes up with, like this, but in the middle of the screen, so you can't see anything else that's going on. So, yeah. So, that's the problem with Pokemon TCG Live. It's just very UI unfriendly. I don't like that. But yeah, I don't like that. That's just not how I like. That's not how I like my games. I like them to be clean if I'm going to play them. Right? Look, this is very clean. Let's go ahead and just counterspell. Yes, I'm a counterspell gamer. I don't care. Right? I'm counterspell gamer. I don't care. So, yeah. I'm not going to play this game any further. I'm going ahead and quit out of this, so that way I can switch into Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm just going to show what Yu-Gi-Oh looks like, so we have some of a comparison. So let's go ahead and quit the game. There we go. And we'll go into Yu-Gi-Oh. So Yu-Gi-Oh, again, I love the clients. I have to say, the client's great. The economy, pretty good. I didn't talk much about the Magic economy. It's fine. It's nothing great. I like the infinite grind. What I like about Yu-Gi-Oh is the events that they do. They do these events and you get lots of rewards, which is not common in these TCG clients online. That's not common. But Yu-Gi-Oh these are appear often enough. Like, they do appear in Magic, but they don't really, and they don't really have great rewards. Like, there's no reason to grind them. That just doesn't exist. So, like, look, I log in, I get 100 gems. This is a whole pack. This is one whole pull. And that's for logging in. That's just for logging in. You get, your dailies are like this. And 100 equals one pull. You get more than 2 pulls worth. And this is kind of a gotcha, right? And these, I gotta say, all these are kind of gotcha because, you know, TCG gambling, you know, it's kind of gotcha. You get, and not to mention, oh, if you don't like a given card anymore, you can just decraft it. You don't get the amount of dust, which again, this is different from Pokemon TCG. So UR dust is only for URs. Secret rare dust is only for secret rares, etc., right? So your UR and secret rare dust is very not a lot. See, you could dismantle it and get 10 back. In order to generate one, you need 30. So if you get a UR, you don't want it. It's 1/3 towards a card you do want, which is nice. Not to mention, every 10 pull, regardless of what pack it is guaranteed at least one secret rare, which is equivalent to a rare or in Magic or not. But here's the thing: if you do not get a UR, the next 10 pull is guaranteed a UR. Which, yes, we do need a lot of URs. It's essentially a lot of 5 stars, but it's still nice that every 20 pulls you're guaranteed. But it's unlikely that you do not get a UR in a given 10 pull. You get at least one. On average, you get at least one. And so in 3 10 pulls, you get pretty much any given card you want, and you only need 3 in a given deck. It's nice. That's very nice. So, as you can see right here, it says it's guaranteed at least one secret rare. My problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Yu-Gi-Oh! Game itself. It's toxic. I only play occasionally for decks that I really like. I hear about a deck that's kind of cool. I come in, I try to get it and play it, and then I get reminded, I hate this game, and I quit it. This happens every few months. I play it for like a week. I hate it. I quit. I wait a few months. Something cool comes around. I play it. I get reminded I hate it, and I quit. That's kind of how I am with Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, it has nothing to do with the client. The client's great. The economy's pretty good. I like it. It's really clean. Let's go ahead and go into a solo duel. I don't want to take up anyone's time. Alright, let's just show what one... My favorite is Cyber Dragon, by the way, so we're just going to show. We'll just show the setup. We'll just show what it looks like, you know? Well, we'll just show what it looks like, right? We have a cool we have a cool field, and also you can have different fields. The little mate on the side, yeah, this is a little cosmetic. I like my Cyber Dragon Infinity, so he's there. And look, card on the side, and it's fairly easy to tell what cards are where. Sure, you can't read the card initially just offhand, but it's very easy. You just go, oh, this card. It's very simple, and we're up against Naya, so we can just kind of sit here. But it's very clean. It's super clean. I can tell what's in my hand. I know what's going on. Like, again, you may not know Yu-Gi-Oh, so you may not know what's going on, but to someone who knows Yu-Gi-Oh, they know what's going on. And look, very snappy, very quick. And this is on the Switch version, right? This is not on the PC version. This is on Switch. It's very easy to snappy play. See, it's just so easy to snappy play. It's so easy to snappy play, right? So, yeah, that's Yu-Gi-Oh. That's Yu-Gi-Oh. The client is great. The problem is the game. And Magic, the client is, I'd say it's fine. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I think they need more events and rewarding stuff to do, and they need some of the Brawl mostly needs to be more supported. In my opinion, it's also one of the more popular formats. So why you can't just infinite grind or do some sort of ranked with Brawl, I don't know. I don't get that. Especially when it's one of the most popular formats in the game. You'd think that the most popular format would be one of the more supported ones, but no, it's not. So I don't feel as enticed to play Magic because playing my favorite format, I'm not enticed to play it. I'm not incentivized to play it. I guess we'll get into main Pokemon games. Pokemon vs. Palworld. I mean, I'm a competitive player, so to me, Palworld was nothing to me. It's nothing to me. It's not really my type of game. It's a survival game with guns and pals. I'm not a huge survival game player, and if I do have the survival game itch, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go play Minecraft or some Minecraft mod. It's just why? Is Palworld better in Minecraft in terms of what I can do in creativity, or what I can do with mods? I don't think so. I see personally no reason to play Palworld. It's just not my type of game. It's just not for me. I get where people are trying to say it's competing with Pokemon. I get it, the collection aspect, but Pokemon's still better in this regard. I mean, shinies. I'm trying to get a shiny Hisuian Growlithe and a level ball. And let me just show you some of my collection. Why not? Why not? Let's just show off some of my collection. Let's see. What are some of my most prized things? Not this one. Okay, so Mark hunting shinies is my new favorite thing in Pokemon. It's a shiny, but more rare. I like that. So you can see my fridge draft, the chosen one. Incineroar, the chosen one. I love the chosen one, Mark. It's one of the harder ones to get, or there's only one method to do it. To get this Mark. It's my favorite Mark. And I also really like ribboning Pokemon. I don't have any currently ribbon Pokemon in this game because Mark Pokemon don't have as many ribbons available. And ribbons can be gotten in older games. So that's my reason for playing some of the older games, is getting the ribbons on those Pokemon and bringing them forward, because there's more achievements with the Pokemon. There is more done with the Pokemon, right? That's what I love about ribbons, is its achievements, right? And then like these marks, they're achievements. Like this, look, Destiny Mark Fluttermane. It's an achievement to get that. Destiny Mark Annihilate. I like this. And look, we have a ribbon here because we earned it, right? I like this, right? So I like this is probably the rarest Destiny Mark I have, which is the Dust Form Lycanroc shiny in a Moonball, the chosen one, right? This is probably one of my most prized ones in terms of rarity on Mark Pokemon, at least. I really like, these marks. That's something I really like. And in terms of that, Palworld doesn't compete for me. And also, I'm a competitive player. Look, I have battle teams. And as you can see on my channel, I mostly have only done Pokemon battles in the past. This is Really, a one-off video of me even saying anything. And personally, a lot of complaints lodged in Pokemon don't apply to me. They don't. The quality of life of just moving a Pokemon from your box to your team like this so I can fix it is really, really nice. I don't have to go out of my way. I love it. I love the picnic shiny hunting method. I love it. I love it. It's great. I like it. I do get the performance issues. Okay, I get that. Performance issues. I completely agree. The performance in this game is not the greatest. It could do a lot better. It could be a lot better. Come on. Like if we go over here, it's gonna chunk the game. The game's gonna chunk. Right? Right? The game is going to chunk. If we go to places like this where there's just a lot of things around, the game just starts to chunk. Like, I'm moving slower going towards those Pokemon. That's a little bit annoying. I think there's some real performance things that they could do to enhance this. Would more time help that? Perhaps. More resources of something help? Maybe. I don't know what the solutions for that is. I'm not a software developer. I'm not going to say exactly what any sort of solution to that is. I just know, as a gamer, as a consumer, I don't like that. I don't like going to an area and it chunking my game. I don't like that. Also, I think one thing I would want is you can see how we can see if we caught it, its gender. We even see this one as a mark. If one is big or small, if we can find one. Oh, yep, see, that Veluza there is big, right? We can see all of that. The only thing we can't see, it doesn't show a shiny mark. I would love to see a shiny mark on that zoom in feature. I would want to see, oh, is it shiny on a zoom in feature? Because some Pokemon, in some locations, or in some contexts, are incredibly hard to see shiny. Just because of where they are, or because they're extremely small, I would love that. And I guess the one other thing is, when fixing IVs, we can currently fix them to perfect IVs, 31 IVs. The only thing we do not have is a way to put them to 0. Because sometimes having them at 0 is better. Sometimes 0 IVs is better than perfect. So, this makes it hard because it's harder to control getting 0 than getting perfect. You can just make it perfect. If we had a way to make stats 0, that would be great. I would love that. That would probably be it. But in terms of other quality of life, I have to say, Scarlet and Violet has nailed it in every other category besides those 3 things. Those 3 things are my only complaints. I think the metagame is fairly balanced. I like the changes that they do by doing DLC Part 1, DLC Part 2, changing the legalities of what's legal and what's not. I liked having a no Paradox format, no Paradox Pokemon, no Legends format, like none of Legends. You know what? I like that. It's pretty good. It's good to have different ones. Or you start in low power level and you increase in power level, right? That's fun. That's cool. And it changes the game. It changes the competitive scene a lot. I like it. It's great. So I like that in terms. So very little I have to say on what they could do to improve the game. I know a lot of people say, oh, the graphics or the feel of the world. I mean, sure, you can improve it. It wouldn't impact me personally. It's not on my priority list. Those 3 things I mentioned before are miles and miles ahead of that, personally. Doesn't mean I don't want better graphics. Doesn't mean I don't want more worlds. Doesn't mean I don't want that stuff. It just means it's not on my personal priority list of what I would want. Now, I do agree that something like Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl was too faithful. I'd prefer a ORS-like remake as opposed to a Brilliant Diamond BDSP remake, right? BDSP was too faithful to the originals. I don't like that. That it's not for me. I prefer a modern gen skin on an older game, which is effectively what ORS was. So, personally, that's what I would prefer in terms of remakes, is a modern take on the older game without changing the region itself, which is very, very pretty much what ORS did. Some minor changes, because you have to change, because you have to add some stuff. I get it. But it's very much just a modern take. That's what I want. I just want a modern take on this game. And if you have to make a few changes, sure. That's effectively what I want for those games. Legends, fine story game. Don't really have any other thoughts on it. It's just a fine story game. It's a little bit of survival, I guess. It's fine. It's good. I don't really care. Let's Go. Honestly, if you like Pokemon Go, it's just Pokemon Go at home. So, if you're into that, that's what you get. Does it for me too much? Not really. But I like Pokemon Go, so it's like a little nice at-home break, I guess. More of a playthrough and catch everything, and that's pretty much it. Maybe a couple shinies. But that's how I feel about Let's Go. So, let's see. I can't think of anything else. Let's see. We went over Genshin Star Rail, Pokemon, multiple assets. The TCGs. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, look. If anyone else is listening to this, and you got this far, if you don't mind liking my video, that's fine. That's cool. If you want me to do more videos and such, let me know. I mean, I want to know everyone's opinion. Your honest opinion. This is just my honest opinion. That's all I think. But I didn't say anything that's concrete. In fact, this has to be this or anything like that in this. And this is kind of just my spitball opinions and all of this. Yeah. So, let me know if you want more talk videos, more battle videos. I would love to do more battle videos. I should be doing more of those. I will be doing more of those at some point. I have a job, life. Yeah. But let me all know if you want more talk or what more non-Pokemon. You want more Genshin talk. You want more Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic, whatever. Let me know what you want. Maybe I'll oblige. I'll just make whatever videos I feel like. So, and I'll just be honest and whatever. So until next time, let me know what you want. See ya.